minding your business as it relates to online drama and conflict with other human beings on this app, on YouTube, on any social media platform, wherever it is on the internet, and how you don't have to deal with certain things just because online some accounts think that this is a place where it's okay to be abusive to one another and be rude and disrespectful for whatever reasons, whether or not individuals have had business dealings or personal dealings. Often, the way we look at it, it's like dealing with strangers on the internet. Until we've built some type of relationship, I'm not going to be going back and forth with any strangers on the internet the same way off the internet. I don't find any use or value of going back and forth with strangers. We keep it pushing and mind my own business. And I've made it this far minding my business. I'm super grateful. So in this presentation, we're going to cover the value of minding your business, focusing on your own affairs, and investing time in your art and projects leads to a long-term growth and personal satisfaction. So it's like, why am I here? I'm not here to get into it with a stranger on the internet. And when you have a human being, a stranger, an adult who gets ballistic over having differences in ideas, especially somebody that we've had no business dealings with, extremely non-transactional, it's almost outrageous to think that just because I have different ideas than you and you have different ideas than I do, that justifies us getting into some big conflict. And the way we've learned to resolve that conflict is to nip it in the bud before it even occurs by minding our business, avoiding unnecessary drama that prevents distractions and conserves our creative energy. This allows us to produce useful material, and it will be the same for you. Like, getting caught up in drama is just a distraction. The people who care about us most, the people who we care about most, that decreases by the day. So the time that we're going to spend focusing on individuals who just want to be negative and actually is really abusive, and we're not going to be abused by anybody on the internet. We aren't going to abuse anyone on the internet, and the best way that we could do that is by minding our business. Maintaining a straightforward and sensible attitude sets a strong example for aspiring rappers and producers who aim to grow and increase without getting caught up in the noise and the controversies. Generally speaking, the alliances that we form, we like to believe that they're based off values and principles that we agree on and that we share. And if we don't share values and we don't share principles, there's really no reason for us to even occupy the same corners of the internet. We are definitely not going to force ourselves to any other side of the internet, specifically in the forms of posts, comments, content, video. We're not going to do that. And we think that by minding our own business, that spares us from even have to engage with, oh, this was said about such and such in the comment section. What? This was said by such and such in the comment section. They said this. Now, in cases where there's actual tensions because of business dealings and collaborations that gone bad, there are means and methods of dealing with that accordingly. I personally don't prescribe to thinking that the best way to deal with that is to get on the internet. That's not how we're going to conduct ourselves. Anybody who has conducted themselves in that fashion, well, answer this for me. If you had minded your business and they had minded their business, would there have been a conflict to begin with? So, something to think about. The pitfalls of YouTube disputes. For anyone attempting to change their current circumstances into their desired circumstances, drama is a distraction. I don't have time to focus on disputes with strangers on the internet. If you're watching this video and you have time to focus on those type of distractions, and this video is a distraction, I hope you turn the video off and focus on whatever it is that you need to focus on that helps you get to your desired circumstance. Videos like this are needed and necessary because I think a lot of people struggle with conflict resolution internal and external conflict resolution, specifically as artists, rappers, and producers on social media. They're challenges that we face as a people relating to one another and communicating with one another online. Of course, it can lead to disputes, but how we deal with those disputes and how we resolve those disputes, more times than not, those disputes could be dealt with if we initially mind our business. Online disagreements often take time and attention away from the core focus. In the rapping space, in the music production space, that's making quality music. And whatever it takes for you to create that quality music, whoever you need to learn from to achieve making that quality music, if you need to be in a hyperbolic chamber, as we like to call it, to teach ourselves to make quality music or participate in larger communities to make quality music, well, we think that that could be achieved without getting involved in other people's disagreements. The short-lived attention online feuds may bring temporary views and engagement, but they rarely lead to lasting good looks. In most cases, all parties involved seem to devalue themselves for any and everyone to view, going your own way and doing your own thing, and really not being in a space where you could even get caught up in this type of conduct, where you're dealing with disputes with some stranger on the internet halfway across the country that you've never seen and never more than likely will see. It makes sense just to mind your business. If you made it to this part of the video and you learned something today that you didn't know yesterday, that's a wonderful feeling. Thanks a ton for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos about conflict resolution, personal growth, creative expression, music, philosophy, and entrepreneurship. As always, much love, respect, and peace in.